Hey world, Pat's back again. So this would be the second video I've taken for my new project, Pat's Palace of Positivity. Yeah, I know, it's still a corny name, same as it was last week. But I got some good vibes off of opening segment last week and kind of made me feel that maybe this might have some merit to it. So just going to see what happens. Jotting down some thoughts that go throughout my head throughout the week. And anything that has a moment to inspire me, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to kick it right back to you. Just kind of see how things play out. So this week I'm thinking about the idea of intensity with a purpose. So simply put, this video is intensity and purpose. So simple concepts, but they deserve the input of what they actually can accomplish, what can they mean for you and me, and what directive can we get out of that. I'll start out by quoting public speaker from California, Los Angeles, if I remember correctly. His name is Robert Greene, and don't recall where he said this at. I just remember seeing the quote, and I had to go look it up and make sure I said this right. But he's quoted to say that the time that leads to mastery is dependent on the intensity of our focus. I'll say that again. The time that leads to mastery is dependent on the intensity of our focus. That can sit hard pretty well at home. Many times we feel that what we want to do is not being done appropriately. It's not getting done on our timetable, or worse yet, when it does get done, whether it's on our timetable or not, it's just not as good as it could be. It's not as good as it should be. And we end up looking back at ourselves, or sometimes blaming someone else for that effect. Many times, and talking to myself here, preaching to the choir, if you will, that ends up being caused by the lack of fervence, the lack of efficiency and adequacy that we ourselves put into the task. And yes, that might seem like a pretty vague and umbrella statement, but it's meant to be. No matter the task, whether you're a student in school and you're talking about that next test that you've got or an upcoming quiz, whether you're no longer in school and you're talking about that next job interview, or you've got the job and we're talking about a quarterly evaluation, the next promotion, or you're self-employed, talking about the next project that you try to accomplish, the next task that you've put yourself to, the next milestone. This is a very big umbrella type statement. And the result of your accomplishment is 100% linked to the determination, the willingness, and the intensity of how well you focus your efforts and your mind to that task. No one is ever going to be able to step in and do everything for you, although help is something to strive for. I'm sure we'll come to something along those lines later on down the road. But individual response and individual accomplishment is based on your focus. And that's where the intensity part comes into play. All the tasks, all the accomplishments, all the goals, those are your purpose. Whatever it is that you're striving to do becomes your purpose. So getting to that purpose brings in the intensity of this idea. Without intensity, you don't have a true direction. Without a direction, we are toast. We're done. We have no guidelines to go for ourselves. And there's no way possible those around us are going to have any idea what we're trying to do, much less guide us, coax us, teach us, comfort us. We're on our own. If you can't push yourself to a point, nobody's going to be able to support you. You know, the cliche saying is you can't help those that don't want to be helped. Well, you can't motivate people who don't want to be motivated. It goes in the other direction. So maintaining a sense of intensity in your daily lifestyle and your purpose, that's where it's at. That is, simply put, that's where it's at. You got to drive yourself. You got to push yourself. You got to motivate yourself. And keeping yourself intense. And I don't want you to paint the picture. We're talking, bodybuilder at the gym, intense workouts. Now, if that's your thing, nothing against it. But for the daily average person, that's not where we're going here. The intensity is, it's in here, it's in your heart, and it's in here in your head. That's the intensity you got to focus on, your heartfelt emotions. That intensity rolls over into positive thinking, which is obviously the theme with this whole idea. Stay intense, create positivity, and most of the time, your purpose will be accomplished. Stay positive, keep thinking, move forward. And that is your positivity for today.